We are Pierre, Lisa, and our furry crew member Tiller. We are sailing around the world in our Outremer 5X catamaran. In our last episode, we sailed to Espiritu Santo, the last island we would visit in Vanuatu before sailing off to Indonesia. Please subscribe to join our adventures. And a big thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. With the Gliwo Rally, we had a chance to visit Ambran Islands to see the Dance of the Yams and Pentecost Island to see land diving. In our last episode, we show all the dives that we saw. There were 10 overall. Pretty scary stuff. And then we sailed to Luganville, where we picked up Luma, a crew member we had sailed with previously that we met in the Philippines. With Luma on board, we headed off to Turtle Bay, where the rest of the rally boats were congregated. So that was really a tricky passage to come in, and Palm came out in their dinghy and they guided both of us in, Biotrek and Vitia. And that was extra helpful because we're going towards low tide, so there was really no room for error. Turtle Bay Lodge is a beautiful resort where we had a chance to catch up with everyone in the Gliwo Rally. It was the first time in a long time that all the boats had been together in one location. We did provisioning together, and we had some nice evening activities, including one evening of fire dancing. We found out that one of our own, Tracy from Ikora 3, is a talented woman. From Turtle Bay, most of the rally boats left to sail to Australia, and we were 5 boats that stayed in Vanuatu a little bit longer with plans to sail directly to Indonesia. So when the rally left for Australia, the 5 boats, we headed up to Champagne Beach, which is reputed to be the nicest beach in all of Vanuatu, and I can attest it's the nicest one we've seen for a long time, with beautiful powder white sand. And there's a little restaurant there, and for a small fee, they will give you plates and knives and forks, and you can buy some soft drinks, and we bring our own food and have a barbecue, and so that was really super nice. And we had 2 different barbecues there, one for the birthday of Vitali, who's on the catamaran Vitia with the rally, and another one for a little girl who's on a boat that's not a rally boat. Just a lot of camaraderie, which is nice because the weather hasn't been very good, and it was kind of raining, but we had breaks in the rain for these barbecues, which was just really lucky timing. We had a pretty unusual experience at anchor where we felt an earthquake that actually shook the boat while we were at anchor. So while we were on Champagne Beach, we also went to the neighboring island, did some diving, and we did some snorkeling on the reefs. And so it really doesn't matter what the weather is when you're scuba diving. If there's a bit of sun, you can still see the colors in the fish, and the coral there is fairly well preserved. It's really nice to see that this area of the world has survived some of the global warming that so badly hit the Caribbean. We're in a beautiful anchorage at Ratua Island Resort. This is just south of Luganville. It's a little island attached. Well, let me show you on the map. I had a special request to come here for my birthday because it looked like a beautiful place on the map. So with the coral reef around, and there's sand beaches, and there is a resort where we can go to a restaurant. And we went there last night. It was lovely. We decided to come here, and a bunch of other boats decided to follow us. Some of them rally boats, some of them friends of rally boats. So I guess we're about 6 boats in this anchorage right now, and they haven't had a lot of activity. The post-COVID tourism is just going to start in July. We're still just the beginning of June, and it's a beautiful, beautiful area, but we have had 3 days of rain. We were hoping to have a little bit better weather today, and so we're looking forward to maybe a bit of sun, so that the reefs will look even more beautiful. So right now we're 5 rally boats still in Vanuatu. The rest of the rally has gone to Australia. And our plan is to go straight to Indonesia with potentially a stop in Papua New Guinea. We have got our visa for Papua New Guinea, so we can check in. It really depends on the weather. We're going to take the southern route because at this time of year there's absolutely no wind along the northern part of Papua New Guinea. That's the route we took before when we went to Palau in the Philippines. Well, we're going to have to time going through the barrier reef and all the little reefs and atolls during the daytime because it's well, it's kind of like a minefield. Again, let me show you on the map. So I guess with the 5 different boats, we're going to skip Australia and go to Indonesia, all for different reasons. On BioTrack, we really want to spend longer there, so we've applied for a 2-month visa, and then we'll renew our visa in Bao with the rest of the rally. So that'll give us a good 3 months in Indonesia, which is supposed to be one of the most beautiful diving spots in the world. So we're really looking forward to it.
The water at Rattoi Island is really beautiful. Turquoise with reefs nearby, beautiful swimming, and just tremendous variety of fish when you're snorkeling. It's just amazing on such a small reef. Wind and flat water is such a great time to practice e-foil, which Palm 3 has on their boat. It's really so much fun. And then we celebrated my birthday on board BioTrack with all my friends. Really, thank you so much. It was a fabulous day. Pierre and I had a nice romantic dinner alone on the beach with absolutely fabulous service and a platter full of seafood. And the following day, we treated ourselves to the spa. Such a lovely spa. And then it was time to leave, to go back to town, to clear out of Vanuatu and begin our long sail to Indonesia. We left late in the afternoon for our 11-day non-stop sail to Tuwal, Indonesia. So we're on day 3 of our sail towards Indonesia. The last couple days the waves were pretty big, it was pretty rough. Lumina's been seasick and yeah, just not very comfortable conditions. Today we are straight downwind and we're going wing on wing, so the seas are smoother. I like it like this. I'd rather be going faster to get faster in destination, but this is really comfortable. For all those dreaming about a performance catamaran, getting there fast is nice, but be prepared to have some pretty rough conditions, because when you're going fast and the waves are big, it's pretty hard. I don't get seasick easily, so I'm lucky with that. But you know, crew gets seasick, and then when people are seasick on board, you have other things to take care of besides just the boat. The waves were coming from all directions, and so mostly waves were following waves, but once in a while you get slammed from the side, and that's pretty uncomfortable. Not only that, it gives a pretty big bang, and really pretty hard to get any sleep when you're off watch. But that's our trip so far, and it looks like the conditions should be getting better. We decided not to stop in PNG because we have better wind further south. If we were close to some of the islands where we had hoped to stop, then we would have wind against waves. And we know what that's like. We've been through the Gulf Stream so many times, and we elected not to do that. But we're really looking forward to getting to Indonesia. It's going to be a very different change of pace, spicy food, which we love. And Tuwal, we're going to check in, looks like a super interesting place. Look forward to being there and to showing you that. The nights were getting darker as the moon was decreasing. Day 4 at sea. Luna was sick the first couple days. She told me she always gets seasick, but yesterday she really wasn't good. And no fever, but I think she had a bit of the GI infection that we all had in Vanuatu. And today she's feeling better, but day 4 that she's still sick. So I'm a little worried, but I'm glad she's feeling better. No fever, not throwing up, just upset stomach too. So I think it's something going around, and some of the other boats had that as well. I hope that's all it is. But otherwise, kind of smooth sailing. We've got the Jennifer up. We're going with the waves. They're not hitting us on the side like they were in the first couple days. Yeah, so all is good on BioTrack. So they're on Dolphin Watch. In our next episode, we'll cross the Great Barrier Reef and sail into the Indian Ocean and finally arrive at our destination in Tual, Indonesia. We support the Alliance to Cure, which is a foundation working to cure cerebral cavernous malformation. If you like this video, please consider a donation, and 100% of the funds given through the BioTrack Selling Well website go to the foundation. And if you live in the US, the donations are tax deductible.